Hi, this is Sandy with StampinCrew.com, and I want to thank you for signing up for my Happy Celebrations class. Today we're going to make 5 projects using the Happy Celebrations stamp set from the 2017 Occasions catalog, and this is going to be carried over into the new catalog, so you'll be able to purchase this until May of 2018 at least. We're also going to be using the Celebrations Duo Textured Impressions embossing folders, which have a Celebrate and Happy on here. I don't know if you can see that, but we'll be using this a little later. Okay, you should have also received a PDF with measurements for the cards along with pictures, so you can do these after you watch the video. We're going to start with this one. It's super simple. It's just our card base of Dapper Denim and then a mat of Whisper White on top. So I'm going to show you what we're going to do for this one. Your measurements are also going to be on your PDF. So I'm not going to go over measurements, but we're going to take our Dapper Denim cardstock, give that a crease. We're going to set that aside. Now we're going to use our slightly larger piece of Whisper White cardstock, and this is for our front. So we're going to start out with using this Happy outline, and we're going to do that in Pool Party. We stamp that right at the very bottom. Now the most important thing on this card is we've got to squeeze 4 happies on here. So we're going to stamp that right at the bottom. And then right at the top, we are going to use this kind of brush stroke happy. And we're going to stamp that in Pear Pizzazz. And that's going to be at the very top. Okay. And then the next one we're going to do kind of this rounded happy, and we're going to use So Saffron on that one. And we're going to stamp that right above our blue one. Okay, and then we're going to do another outline in this outline happy, and we're going to do this one in the Dapper Denim. And hopefully we're going to get this squeezed right in between the Pear Pizzazz and the So Saffron. All right, and you know what? It's okay if it overlaps a little bit. Then we're going to, you could do one of two things. You could stamp one of the happies back in there with Pool Party. I'm just going to use my Pool Party marker so I can kind of control pretty easily. And I'm just going to color in the happy. There's a nice outline so you can color this quick and easy. You could also watercolor. Use your blender pens or whatever you want to do. Then we're going to use some of our smaller words in this set. We're going to go ahead and stamp those in the Dapper Denim, and we're going to do So Very, and then Happy, and then For You. Okay, that was super quick. All right, we're going to go ahead and attach that to the card base. And we've just got a really small border around there, so make sure you get that centered. And then we're going to add a couple of our little embellishments. And these are from the Subtles collection of the enamel shapes. And we use several of the subtle colors, so any of these colors would work, but I'm going to go ahead and use, got a few Pear Pizzazz shapes left, so I'm just going to go ahead and just throw those in there. You could do, you could do this as a wedding card with some different wedding colors. You could do it as birthday, congratulations, and just use stars. For wedding, you could do the little hearts. So whatever you want to do. And then because this is a darker card base, I'm going to go ahead and put a piece of Whisper White on the inside of the card so we can stamp our inside verse when we're ready to send that out. Okay, that's card number 1. Our next card is this fun Time to Celebrate Your Day card, which would be great for a masculine or a teenager birthday. So we're going to start with our half sheet of Whisper White cardstock. Fold that in half and crease it. We've got our Bermuda Bay cardstock. That is going to be our mat. And then we have a little smaller piece of the Whisper White. So that is what we're going to stamp our pattern on. So I'm going to start with Bermuda Bay ink. Then we've got 2 different shade or sizes of the triangles. So I'm going to start with the larger triangle. I'm going to do those in Bermuda Bay. And I'm going to make a little border. So I'm just going to stamp several triangles right here along the bottom. I'm going to flip my paper around. We're going to stamp another row on this side. All right, then I'm going to clean that off. It's that same block. I'm going to put on a slightly smaller triangle. All right, and I'm going to do this one in the mint macaroon, or mint macaron, whatever you want to call it, but I'm going to do it pointing down. So I'm just filling in and making a little border here. And I carry that off so we can, looks like it's a continuation. All right, so that is all we're going to need for our border, because our strip that's we're going to add is going to cover all that white part. So we have a mat of Bermuda Bay for our center, and then we have another white piece of Whisper White cardstock. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to use the Celebrate embossing folder, and I'm going to center the word on my cardstock. I'm going to run that through the Big Shot. And what that's going to do is give us a debossed image. So the Celebrate is actually sunken down into the paper. Then we're going to take our mint macaroon ink and kind of this big splotchy image in the stamp set, and I'm going to just stamp right in the center. So what you see that Celebrate is starting to come out. I don't want it too dark, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to just stamp off on a piece of scrap paper, and I'm going to flip it around so it looks a little different. I'm going to stamp over here, make sure I get the whole word. So I'm going to stamp off again, and I'm going to do it over on this side and turn it back up, maybe a little angle so it looks a little different, and stamp over here. So you can see I've got the whole Celebrate covered and you can read the words. Then we're going to take our smaller words with our Bermuda Bay ink, and we're going to stamp time 2 kind of up here, Celebrate, and then we're going to stamp your day. And I'm going to do that one, a little bit of an angle there. All right. Now I'm going to add a little bit of ribbon embellishment. So I'm going to attach our focal point to the Bermuda Bay cardstock here. And then I take our 1/4 inch circle punch. Is that 1/4 or an 1/8 inch circle? And I'm just going to punch a little hole right up here. And then take a piece of our mint macaroon ribbon, fold it in half, and then on the fold, I'm going to take that folded half part, put it right through the front of the card, bring it through, and then open it up in the back, and then put my two tails through the loop, and then pull it closed. And that gives that nice little outside looped ribbon look. All right, I'm going to assemble my card before I trim those because I want them as big as the card. I don't want them really to hang off the card. So I'm going to take my white base, use some fast cues. I'm going to center that on my card front. Then we're going to take our stamped Whisper White cardstock. I'm going to center that right on Bermuda Bay, and then I'm going to go ahead and pop up our focal point. Put a few of these on here. It's kind of long, so we'll go ahead and add an extra one in the middle. And we're just going to center that. All right, and then I'm going to take my snips and then just cut off a little bit of that ribbon so it's just about the same size as the card. And there you go.